Tonight, charges for a deputy and a suspect who's seen here on fire at an Orlando gas station.
He picked up the discarded taser that was located in gas. It says, "You're about to get tased, dude." Immediately after that statement, with the taser in his hand, the fire ignites.
Surveillance video showing 26-year-old Barreto covered in flames. His attorneys, who provided the video from Wawa to NBC, say he was cooked alive.
We're not saying anything other than let's get the truth out. And it's not out.
Yeah, well, look, as of right now, it looks like we know quite a bit of the truth, and what we've learned about it is absolutely devastating in this case. Again, just a complete overreaction and escalation of violence coming from the police, resulting in a person sustaining absolutely devastating burns over a significant part of their body. And you look, even far away, that video where you see John running covered in flames, I cannot even conceive of how terrible that is. None of this needed to happen. One of the through lines in all of these videos that we show you is just, there's no consideration of the stakes. The police do not care how little it matters that they immediately knock someone out, that they immediately end the situation, and they are willing to risk everything with almost nothing on the line for them. A lot ends up being on the line for the people who get injured or killed so casually, so frequently. And in this case, thankfully, perhaps because the video got out, perhaps because this story became national news, the actual sheriff's deputy there that you saw in the video admitted that this cop was in the wrong, and you're now seeing these charges coming out. Misdemeanor charges of culpable negligence, by the way. We'll see if that's where it ends. Francesca, what do you think?
I mean, this just proves that the idea that we need more training is so absurd when we talk about real police reform. Like, what are those trainings that they're getting? What is the calculation that they're trying to make in those split seconds? What are they being told? Are they being told to take in any of their surrounding circumstances, right? They're always supposedly in danger. I'm sure, I was in danger, I was gonna lose my life. It's like, were you though? Or was this gentleman covered in gasoline and you should have been very cognizant of that before you use something like a taser on him? It's just insanity to me. And it just proves that, like, this job, there should be higher standards, right? There need to be higher standards for it. I think that the George Carlin documentary just came out, and he had a bit about, like, we should actually have standards of empathy and decency to be part of the police force. Yeah. Is that part of any of your training? You don't need more of it. I think you need different training. You need different standards.
It's less cop specific training and more just general, like, can we check in on what sort of person you are? What you think about the world, what you think about the people around you, because there's some stuff more fundamental than cop training that we need to make sure that you've got right. Because if you have certain beliefs, certain ideas of how, like, constantly, like, threatened your life is, then does it really matter what we layer on top of that in terms of training? Now, I do think that the cop training matters, more so in that they seem to preemptively go out of their way to produce cops that will have situations like that. I think people who are naturally scared seem to be overrepresented to begin with, but then they are trained to be even more terrified constantly. And that, I think, is more than anything other than, perhaps the threat of white supremacy that goes through a lot of different police departments, is the most singularly responsible for what we see. But yeah, they need to dial back some of the insane training that they give these cops. And then they also need to care about what sorts of people they're going out there and recruiting to be cops. Because as of right now, like, I can't imagine a reasonable person wouldn't make it through all of this. Like, if you're being surrounded by people that are being trained to be so violent, would you make it to the end? Like, I feel like there's a self-selection thing here too.
Well, yeah, sorry, the Carlin quote is they need two new requirements: intelligence and decency. We're talking about the decency, but also the intelligence. Like, I'm sorry, we've all seen and know of dumb cop stories. There's a reason why Chief Wiggums is like, or Wiggum or whatever his name is. There's a reason why there's a dumb cop stereotype, because a lot of them are dumb. Like, I'm sorry. And this is a situation where you're not only do you not care, so you're not being decent to this person, but you're so dumb, you don't understand the consequences of using a taser at a gas station when there might be gasoline around. You could be killing someone, and in fact, it nearly did, or did this gentleman actually die, right?
No, he survived. He's just got terrible burns. And yeah, not everyone, obviously, not all cops, but at a certain point when stories like this are coming out literally every single day all over the country, at a certain point, well, does it matter that it's not everyone? Like, it's enough.
Right.
It's enough. And by the way, it's Wiggum. Put some respect on the name, Francesca. It's Wiggum.